Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Holly Chatham.
Thank you, Dr. Hines. Good afternoon, faculty, families, friends, and especially graduates. Thank you for inviting me to speak with you today. I am thrilled to be back at my alma mater, where I spent 4 years learning and growing up and building relationships with professors and colleagues who are still very dear and close to me today. As I was beginning to prepare for this commencement address, I was on the phone to my mom, and I was talking to her about ideas for what to say to you. And I said, you know, I feel like there's just nothing original left to say. We have access to so many commencement speeches on YouTube, emails that go viral. It seems like we've all heard the whole thing. Follow your dreams. Money isn't everything. Work hard, but not too hard. What could I say that's original? And then I realized, actually, my story is original. My path through life, my career thus far is very original and unique. And each of your stories is and will continue to be original and unique as well. The thing is that none of us yet know how our storylines will play out. You all decided to pursue your college education mainly because you want a career. You need a job. You've got to make money. Now along the way you've learned, you've broadened your horizons, become critical thinkers. Maybe now you can write beautifully, play a musical instrument in a more sophisticated manner, solve mathematical problems that you didn't dream you could have solved a few years ago. And many of you know your next step after you leave here today. You'll be applying for jobs. You have a job. You'll be going to grad school. Maybe you'll take time out to work for a charitable organization and do good in the world. But you don't know yet your path beyond those next steps. And even if you could see that path now, it would very much surprise you. If someone had said to me at my Clayton State graduation ceremony, Holly, after you leave Clayton with your Bachelor of Music degree in piano performance, you'll go on to get a master's in music at Indiana University, and though you never thought of being a high school teacher, you'll then get a job teaching music at a boarding school in a tiny, depressing town in Virginia. So after 9 months there, you'll decide, right, it is time to move to New York City, where you'll eventually get a job teaching at one of the most prestigious private schools in the city, because luckily you gained that experience teaching in the tiny, depressing town of Virginia. Your performing career will take off. You'll decide to leave teaching then and go into church music, while at the same time getting a doctorate in collaborative piano at Rutgers. And once you finish your doctorate, you'll decide it's time to move on from church music, and you'll be offered and will accept the vocal position teaching at Yale University, even though a little voice in your head says you may not be so happy there. And as a few years go by, your dreams of being in the business world, of not doing music, which you've done since age 5, will start to take hold. Yes, all your degrees are in music, but you'll go ahead and get your Series 3 Commodities and Futures license and join a commodities brokerage firm in New York City. I mean, why not? You won't stay there too long, but it will show you that money isn't everything, just like they always say. And you'll turn down other jobs in finance because you'll know in your gut that those places aren't where your heart lies, and that experience at Yale will have taught you to listen to your gut. Then the perfect position will open up at a company you've been following for 1.5 years, waiting for that perfect job to open up, and you'll get it. And you'll be overjoyed and excited to be in higher ed consulting, and you'll end up speaking at your alma mater's commencement telling new graduates this story. If you had told me at my Clayton commencement that this would be my path, I truly, truly would not have believed you. But there it is. I only set out to be a performer and possibly teach at university, but look at all the things that have happened in addition. You have a plan right now, but you don't know how that plan's going to change. You don't know what doors will open for you and what doors will remain closed no matter what you try. And you also don't know how your heart's desires may change, or if you'll have to change your life through no choice of your own, but by necessity. You know, we've all heard that this generation will have at least 3 careers throughout their lives. And so the practical advice that I'd like to give you today, that I wish had been impressed upon me when I was graduating from college, is always continue to expand your depth and breadth of knowledge and expertise. And we're hearing much more today about T-shaped professionals, those with depth of skill, but also breadth of skills, so that they can think creatively and critically when collaborating and communicating with others across disciplines. The degree you're earning today, no matter what degree that is, has given you the foundation for that T. Now you need to expand those skills. That breadth is important. You know, my colleagues in music and at Yale, of course, were liberal arts degree holders. But my coworkers at the commodities brokerage were majority liberal arts degree holders. My colleagues now in healthcare and higher ed consulting are liberal arts degree holders, alongside mathematicians and technology professionals. So regardless of what we constantly hear in the press about this or that degree being better or worse than another, whatever degree you're earning today can take you further and to more places than you would ever imagine, as long as you continue to cultivate your breadth of skill and build on this open-endedness that you now have. Every one of you has a future that's going to involve breadth of expertise. The days of being a specialist in just one area are numbered. And that's good news for you, because the work that you've done to earn your degree has taught you discipline and the ability to learn and assimilate knowledge. Now just keep that going. And you may say to me, well, I have my degree in music. I just want to sing. Then sing. But in addition, you must develop that T. Things that interest you, that you'll need as the years go by, not only to ensure that you'll always be relevant in your career, but also to sustain you intellectually, to keep your mind sharp and curious. I worked very, very hard in every job I've had, and one of the great benefits to this that I didn't realize until I started moving jobs and switching careers was that constant expansion of skills. Instead of just working hard at, say, teaching or directing, I wrote grants, started community serving projects, helped develop after-school programs, joined committees that weren't in my field. None of these were requirements of the jobs. But I didn't realize it at the time, but that continuation of the well-rounded base that started with my undergraduate degree was what opened doors for me as I changed jobs and discovered new passions and then switched careers completely. Imagine if that skill and expansion had actually been part of a well-thought-out plan, as yours can be if you start now. The more well-rounded skills you have, the more you can do with your passion in life. You can bring about the change you want to see for yourself and in the world. As the CFO of the advisory board company always says, never settle for or when you can have and. In today's speed of light atmosphere, you have to remain relevant. Always expand that breadth of ability. You know, today's hot skills are things like social media or marketing, people management, tech. And they're relevant skills no matter what career you've chosen. They'll continue to evolve, but just pick one that's interesting to you and start working on it. Look for ways to do it at work or by volunteering in the community. Don't ever give in to staying in your comfort zone. Life is simply too short. As I conclude, I'd like to say that you all are at an advantage today. You know, you pursued your degrees, you've made it. Be really grateful for this opportunity. Data shows that those who have college degrees have a far brighter career trajectory ahead than those without. So you're there, but just don't stop there. Today is not about ending your time of learning, but it's about beginning it anew. None of us can see the path ahead. You cannot predict the future, but be sure you are ready for it. I wish you all the very blessed, many blessings as each of you embarks on your own original journey. Thank you.
I want to continue expressing my appreciation to Dr. Chatham. And this actually is a small token of our appreciation, a picture of Spivey Hall, suitable for framing.